Good Monday morning. Welcome into the Morning Roast on Maine Sports Leader 92.9 The Ticket. Brian Sullivan, Greg Hirsch, Marqus Cesar here on this Monday morning. The Roast presented by Next Home, the market leader. Get looped and get sold with the Next Home experience. We're broadcasting from the Greenway Equipment Studios, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth because nothing runs like a deer. And Bangor Window Shade and Drapery offering custom blinds, shades, drapes, outdoor awnings. Bangor Window Shade, 105 Main Street in Bangor. Greg, how are you?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. My furnace, on the other hand, thinks I have gone completely schizophrenic.
Well, I'm riding it out. I'm just, the house couldn't have been colder this morning.
Right. I'm playing with things. I've had the heat pump on. I've had it off. I got the furnace down. I got the furnace up. I don't know what the hell's happening. It's June 1st, and it's like 40 degrees this morning.
Happy A.J. Brown Day to those that celebrate as well. Marcus, how are you?
Doing pretty good. Definitely glad I didn't put the AC in the bedroom yet.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, mine's sitting on the floor. Mine's sitting on the floor in the bedroom. Yeah, for sure.
So, here we are. 42 degrees as I stepped out of my vehicle this morning to get here. It's, we'll have the snowmobile report coming up at 6:30 as we get ready for our. The hard thing is for nights like this, it's just we need for our waters to warm. You can't have a bunch of these overnight cold because then we'll be swimming, August 8th.
I know, like Thursday's supposed to be like 87, right? Like I got that bookmarked for afternoon off. You need that water temp though.
You need to get at least a solar
blanket or something. Just suck it up for like a few days at
least.
And
keep what you got.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So, here we are coming off the weekend here. We, a lot of stuff. We heard the Red Sox knock a couple out of the ballpark, Jarren Duran. I believe Jim from Cherryfield is going to be the winner of our month of May home runs because I have not run the full tally, but I think 9 home runs for the month of May is going to be far and away your victor. And then I think it's going to be Carl from Brewer with, I think, Contreras at the longest one. I'll have to go back and check that one. Mark will have the full statistics this afternoon. But preliminarily, I think it's going to be Jim from Cherryfield, the winner of our home runs for the month, and then Carl from Brewer.
Definitely Jim from Cherryfield for the Duran definitely leading for the month
I'm pretty
of
sure
May.
Contreras at the longest one as well. But that one's far from set. But I think that gets you dinner and a movie. So
there you go. It's a good night.
It is pretty good. How did you guys make it through the weekend? You do anything fun?
Not really. No, the weather didn't comply. Right? I went. Oh, you know what? I will shout out Smokey's Barbecue over in Brewer. Went over there for lunch Saturday. They knock it out of the park, man. That is some good barbecue over there.
That is A1. That is pretty good stuff. Marcus, what about you? Do anything good?
Once again, not really. I mean, this is like my first normal weekend off in a while, so I just didn't do a whole lot. Watched Spurs Thunder. That was great. Thank God the Spurs came through because now we don't have to root for the Knicks.
Yeah, I
Isn't
know,
that great?
Right? I know. Oh my God, that does free us up.
It was funny to watch. Not funny, but in the aftermath of those things that happened, because that was a pretty fun game to watch. I mean, and then you think if you're the Thunder and you've got all these picks and all these things that you've done, and then Wembanyama just comes around and you're like, wow, this guy we drafted, this Chet Holmgren guy. Internet just killed Chet Holmgren.
Yes,
like if I destroyed everything I saw was AI of him with like the McLovin face. Like Chet Holmgren in Game 7 when it matters. It was like McLovin trying to go behind his back dribbling. But you figure Wembanyama's come along and that's the guy. Like they couldn't even put Holmgren on Wembanyama.
No.
Like they couldn't even fathom it.
No,
and just to watch Victor Wembanyama over the course of that whole series. And Saturday night was nice too because we're watching it here, but like with an eye on, okay, it's 8:30 tip off. I gotta go to bed.
Sure.
To be able to watch the whole thing, the one that really stood out to me was, and I think it was just a missed 3, but it is Wembanyama on the defensive end or on the offensive end going down the full length of the court to I think it was Jared McCain had a 3 from the corner. Just the length of him. It was like 4 strides, and he contested the 3 from the corner.
Incredible.
It's like, my goodness.
Oh, I really loved that Cornet block.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So it just, fun to watch. Fun to watch of all the things that you can get me on board with. I think other people's basketball's pretty hard. This one's done it. Like, you know, I'm kind of into this, and I'll be there for the Stanley Cup as well. But this is
good for basketball.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this is real good for basketball.
On Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I watch. It's entertaining. You have stories. You have characters. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a bunch of famous people against probably an outlier.
Yep.
Just a athletic marvel to behold.
A team that's arrived a little early. Mm-hmm. Really,
for sure.
You know, so yeah, fantastic. I'm in.
I will say, Friday night we had a little night out. The I Love the '90s tour came through, and I will say, ABI has a box to go there. So fun. I don't know that I would. I say that I don't know that I would have paid a ton of my own money.
Right,
but given the invitation and the pass for the camaraderie and to hang out with a couple of clients and things like that, I had a lot more fun than I thought.
Nice.
I will say, and anybody who was there, the show was okay. Vanilla Ice came out at the very end and I've been doing the I Love the '90s tour for 20 plus years.
Wow.
20 plus years, and knew exactly what it was and what it wasn't.
Yep.
Comes out and opens with Go Ninja Go. And has like a Ninja Turtle join him on stage.
Sure.
So understands exactly what's going on.
Yep.
Playing to dozens of people, right? You know what I mean?
Right. The dozens and dozens that made it. Yeah.
Like it was probably, I'm guessing, like 1,000. You know?
Okay, yeah.
So, but it was fun. He invited a bunch of, he's like, okay, all you ladies out there, come on up. And then it was kind of like,
Yeah.
And then just to see a herd of women came running up and they danced around and he just sort of covered songs and it made it fun.
Bunch of grenades.
Yeah. It just sort of, and like some different levels of, I would say, skill and, dancing, but the energy and the effort was there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so it was fun. It was a good time. Better than expected and over by like 9:30.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. People got to get to bed.
Sure.
Yeah, their bones are aching. It's time. They gotta take their magnesium.
They had a comedian opener who was like comes right out of the gate and opens with some fairly dirty things to say.
Right out of the gate.
Like caught people off guard with how like blue he was going. Second joke really tickled my funny bone.
Sure.
And I think I was the only person in the Cross Center to laugh.
Oh,
like
wow.
really loud.
Oh, right.
And it was to the point that it was about like personal grooming. And things like
sure.
That. And so I really it struck a chord with me. I was like, well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And to the point that everybody just kind of looked at me like, really?
Yeah.
People down front.
That's humorous.
Brian Sullivan from ABI. You find that funny?
That's humorous.
Who's over that box?
Yeah, that's humorous. Oh my goodness. So,
nice.
It was a good time.
Nice, but it's nice to see though. Like, I mean, I've been to a bunch of shows. Obviously, some good, some not so good. But the one, like the true people that have the gift of entertaining, stand out. They rise up. They there's something different about it. They know how to command the stage.
I couldn't agree more. And like, I want to go to a concert. There are times when I would be fine, like if like an evening with James Taylor. Go ahead and sit there on a stool and croon and sing whatever.
Yeah.
I'm at a show. I want to go to a show.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't go to the James Taylor. Like it's too boring for me.
Sure,
I want to be entertained.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm dim-witted and slow and just like entertain me. Me. Like there is a time and a place for an evening with.
Sure. That's my dad likes that stuff.
Sure.
Always has, even when he was young. That's their thing. They want to think.
Yeah.
I don't want to think. I want to shut that muscle off.
I don't want to hear someone like listen to they sing Ave Maria. No. I want a cover of Fishing in the Dark.
Right.
You know?
Right. Exactly.
Like it's okay to be little bitty. Like give me some of that. Like the works of Alan Jackson as covered by Tone Low.
Right.
Would be exactly what I need.
Definitely. I'm in.
So that's it was a nice weekend and Red Sox with a little bit of spunk offensively as well. We are going to do some headlines and highlights, but we'll take a quick commercial break here before we get to any of that. Let's see. The available when ordering McDelivery through Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. 2 sausage McMuffins with egg, 2 hotcakes, 4 hash browns, 4 small hot coffees, all for just $19.99. Bundle deals over 40% off for a limited time. Order at your local McDonald's on Maine and Union Street and Wilson Street in Brewer. And Madden Generator Services, expert installation, dependable maintenance, and a free 7-year warranty on new Generac installs to keep your home in the game. 951-4668. Madden Generator Services, power you can count on. Back with more right after this. Start your morning at Gosselin's Bakery, 334 Harlow Street in Bangor. Grab a breakfast sandwich on an English muffin or a croissant, plus legendary donuts and pastry since 1945. Or visit the new Gosselin's Bakery in Delhi, next to Hannaford in Brewer. An Uno Pizzeria and Grill every Thursday at Uno's Pasta Night for just $12.99. Bring the family, bring your appetite, and I'll do this one in Manja. That's what you do when you get there, Mark. You take the morning off. Uno's on Stillwater Avenue or unos.com. Okay, let's talk about the Boston Red Sox. Can you rush to any judgments after what we just saw from them, where they pound out 11 hits on Friday, 13, 14 Saturday, Sunday, score a bunch of runs? Brian Bayo can't start a game, but he was amazing on Friday.
Right.
Beyond that, Jaron Duran is now hitting 220. So where are we at with this team where they just can't? I would say this: they won't die.
No. Good that they won't die. You know, it gives us something. It's a long season. It's only June 1st. So don't die on me. Give me something. And they did give me something. They gave me something that was an entertaining product to keep on either in the background or to sit down and actually watch the game. My biggest rush to judgment is 50% of Sox people don't like Jaron Duran, 50% do. The 50% that do, here's your celebration right now. You could take your victory lap because he had a hell of a May. He had a hell of a May at the plate, right? So I still stand by that. I hope he does have some good baseball in him, because I do believe you're going to need to trade him at some point, and I want his stock to go up. When he's hitting the ball, when he's making contact and seeing his pitches and focused and dialed in, he's an asset at the plate. I just don't know if the consistency will be there. We'll find out.
Okay, let me give you some numbers here. The Red Sox 13-14 in May. Okay, 13-14 in May. Would you care to wager a guess as to their road record? They played 12 games on the road in May.
Tell me their overall again. It was 13-14?
14.
I bet they were
9-3.
Yeah. Their road record's very good,
and that makes them 4-11 at Fenway. Atrocious at home. So what's going on? How can you be this bad? Maybe it is exactly that. Like Jaron Duran, they're just, as a whole, they don't hit at Fenway Park, which is, at the worst, we talked about this, like a quirky ballpark that even in the worst times, you were able to lift the ball to left field and knock it off the wall. Like John Valentin.
There's your problem.
Exactly. We just John Valentin, those guys. Remember, those years, you just always had someone that we'd lead the league in doubles.
Right, of course.
Because that's what you do.
Of course. Like even growing up, Wade Boggs would win batting titles, but he would not hesitate to go the other way and knock one off the wall.
Slap it off the wall.
Absolutely.
And so is it just that they tried to make Caleb Durbin into that and it didn't work?
That didn't work.
I don't understand what it is, why they're so bad at home.
Yeah, you don't have enough good enough right-handed batters to just throw the ball off the wall. You just don't. That's the problem.
So here's Chad Tracy talking about the bats, specifically Duran, heating up. All right, Fred from Milford wants to lay in. Fred, what do you got?
First of all, I just want to say I still don't think we should trade Jaron Duran. He's been such a good asset for the team. I mean, I just love the guy anyway. Second thing, a couple of those wins or rather losses at home. I think a lot of it's the coaching staff. All the new coaching staff not used to the ballpark. Like that third base coach has made a lot of errors in sending or not sending that person at third to get those last couple runs. But I think it's just inexperience at the ballpark overall with some of the coaching staff is one of the biggest reasons.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, third base coach has blundered a few for sure, without a doubt. I think the inexperience definitely could be part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got to get a couple rips in the cage at it. Thank you for the call, Fred. It's certainly something to consider. There, you can think to a couple of instances where, I don't know, maybe you're not used to such a shallow left field, but you'd think you'd be aware of the time that it takes a
Right.
left fielder from X amount of distance away. But they've gotten hosed at home a couple of times with our new Waveman Wendell over there.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think the bigger issue is you get a bunch of singles hitters.
So Fred has told us on numerous occasions he thinks Duran should be
He's
part
a
of
Duran
this.
supporter. I get it.
And you know what? If you don't have Jaron Duran this month,
Yeah,
you may have drifted off to obscurity if you don't already think they're there, right?
Right. No, 100%. 100%. It's when he's hot, which he is, he's got, it gives you something that you don't have and haven't had.
Give me number 4. Tom Giles believes the opposite about Jaron Duran. Thinks now's the time to make a move. I don't necessarily agree with the second part of that. I do align with the thought that they just have too many of the same things. You've got a bunch of young starting pitching, and you've got too many outfielders.
Yeah.
Yoshida's under contract for a couple of years. Duran's under team control for a couple more years, and I don't know what you're going to do. I look at what happened on Friday night with Brian Bayo, and I just see that there is quality starting pitching in him.
Yep.
Maybe quality pitching in him.
Pitching. Maybe not
he
starting.
Went 7. He went 7 and was so good. So maybe you need to get a shrink, talking to him, somebody to get him figured out. But there's a quality baseball player there, and with Duran, what you've seen the last month is an above average to good major league player, and so there's value, right? There's value, and you've got a lot of it. So I think at some point Breslow just needs to kind of pony up, and maybe at this point it's in the off season, and just make some wholesale changes.
Yeah,
I don't care if it is just make some choices.
Yep,
make some choices. Even if it's a Abreu's got to go, Rafaela's got to go, just cut half of them out and make one of them
commit.
A Teoscar Hernandez, a big right-handed bat who hits the ball out of the ballpark 40 times. That's what they need.
Yep,
they need a guy who name me right-handed. Major league offensive proven talent who they could have had Teoscar Hernandez for the Dodgers. They haven't done it time and time again. JD Martinez, Manny Ramirez.
Sure.
Justin Turner.
Right.
Justin Turner would be, the last time he was here, he had like 25 home runs.
Right.
They just need right-handed power, and they've got too much of the same thing.
Yeah, of course they do. Yeah, of course they do. And then Bayo, maybe he just turns into an outstanding long relief guy or something at some point. Now, I know those guys get paid quite differently than the starters do, and that's an issue probably for Bayo, but that's what it seems like his strength is, right? Not starting off, just coming in and just mowing down without the pressure, whatever it is psychologically of having to start a game.
I wonder with Bayo, though, because he's so, you could not put him in, I guess, to serve that one particular role.
That long relief.
Long relief where he comes in.
You're not coming in to save a game.
With a clean slate.
Yeah.
You're never going to bring him in a high leverage spot.
Nope.
Okay, 2 on, 2 out. We need you to get an out.
That's not Bayo.
You could never do it.
No.
But if you need him, okay, a starter got whacked. You got to come in the third inning and
clean up the
give
mess.
us some innings. Yeah, it's a very specific role. But it's an interesting spot. If I'm another team, I would look at Jaron Duran and Brian Bayo and think, I can make those things work.
Yeah.
There's value there.
Yeah, no doubt. But other pieces need to move, though.
Sure.
Yeah, and you got to commit to it then.
All right, we'll take a quick commercial break here. The ticket awards are coming up in a couple of weeks here, actually 3 weeks from tonight. Third annual ticket awards are June 22nd, Hero Sports Grill in downtown Bangor. It's going to be broadcast live on Ticket TV and on the app. 30 categories of excellence for the 25-26 sports season. Voting is underway for round 2. It goes through Wednesday. Vote on 929theticket.com. Back with more right after this. Bangor Mall Cinemas, Greater Bangor's favorite hometown theater for over 40 years. Bangor Mall Cinemas features luxury recliners and an upgraded food menu. Find showtimes and reserve your seat at yourneighborhoodtheater.com. I know we talk about movies quite a bit. What's happening at the movies right now is kind of interesting. I think it's good for us, especially people like Greg who like scary stuff. But
sure,
you've got this whole movement happening right now where we're not excited to go watch Mandalorian and Grogu as much. We want new stuff. We want original stuff. And I
don't want sequels.
Like this Backrooms thing that made all this money, where you must have been aware of this because you're a young kid.
Yeah, I know about it. It doesn't particularly interest me.
Sure, but it's like a whole YouTube lore to it.
Exactly. And I do think it's really cool seeing all these young guys come up. And not only that, but people are taking notice.
Yeah.
And they're doing a good job.
The Obsession movie that came out is kind of like the new Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
Made for like under $1 million and just kicking butt and taking names and all that stuff.
I'm in.
Yeah. So
I'm definitely in on
always
that.
interesting when a horror movie like that kind of takes note and gets a little bit of steam. So
We got the big budget ones are coming.
He-Man on Friday.
He-Man's coming, but June 12th is Disclosure Day.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I'm geared up. It seems like they realized the first trailer didn't hit well, like because everybody's saying the same thing. We were like, what was that?
Yeah.
That they had to really put a lot into the next trailer, right? The one that just came out.
The latest one definitely shows an alien ship and definitely shows like some ET fingers.
Right, exactly. Like they listen to the feedback.
Yeah, like is this an alien movie?
Right, or is this just one of these weird things that I've seen on Netflix
You
before?
better not contact me. And at the end, the alien is her dad.
Yeah.
What? Spoiler alert. Sorry, but like,
yeah, that's gonna get a boo at the end.
whole time I'm waiting for an alien. It's like that's the alien.
Right? No, don't give me that.
Anyways, so yeah, big doings for the folks over at Bangor Mall Cinemas. Also today, AJ Brown Day for those that celebrate.
It is
lots of stuff. Where do we land on this thing as the league year starts officially at 4 p.m., right?
Yep.
And there's a bunch of stuff that's come out that is, people guessing what they say the compensation is. There's people that say the league wants them to wait a little bit to make it seem like this rule is not foolish and for naught. So what do we think? Do you think that we come in here tomorrow, do a show, and talk about how A.J. Brown fits on the Pats?
I think it's anywhere between today and Wednesday.
Okay.
Right? Today and Wednesday. When's game one for NBA start?
Wednesday.
Okay. I guess that shouldn't play into it. That shouldn't really play into it.
NFL doesn't care about that.
No, they don't care about that. They don't care. That's punching down. Yeah. I would say anytime between today and Wednesday, it's going to happen early. I don't think, they maybe delay it a day or two so it doesn't look, I guess, whatever, but everybody knows it's coming. This literally reminds me of like when I was watching wrestling back in the Attitude Era and Chris Jericho was coming over and they did the Y2J thing. Countdown for like 2 months. Like there was this countdown. You knew someone was coming, and everybody by the end knew it was Chris Jericho. And it was just like, dude, just get to it. Like we know he's here.
Right.
Like, right? I mean, he's shopping for condos in the seaport, for God's sakes. Like we know he's coming. Just announce it, right? Let's go. We're sick of this.
So why all the conflicting reports? You hear someone like Ian Rappaport come out and say, well, it's still a foregone conclusion. It's not a foregone conclusion. There's still work to be done. Who's feeding him that information? Who does that serve? Why does Ian Rappaport say that? You got Burt Breer come out and say,
no, it is done.
It's pretty much, you've pretty much got the framework in place. And so yada, yada. I've heard anything from a 2028 first round pick to a second and a fourth this year. So it's just interesting.
Rappaport comes from Howie for sure, right?
Sure.
That's just like, hey, we're still open to talking.
I would agree. And I think Schefter more aligns with the Pats.
Right. I would agree with that 100%.
We got Carl.
Okay.
Seal Cove.
Carl, what's the truth here?
What I'm thinking is the Eagles definitely want the number one pick. It can't be conditional. It has to be in 2027. And they're going to take that pick, their pick, and they're going to give it to the Browns so that they can go get their franchise quarterback for Myles Garrett.
Okay.
I don't
Myles
know.
wants out. Myles has ghosted the Browns totally. He's in Japan with his girlfriend.
Is Myles also? Is he like a June 1st? The money matters after June 1st.
Yeah.
It becomes a little bit less.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what they did in March. Is they made it so because we couldn't make the trade because of the salary cap issues.
Okay.
And after June 1st, we can. And there was 4 teams that were interested. The other 3 have backed off and signed their defensive linemen. The Eagles haven't. And that is one thing that I think is going on, is they're trying to get the 27 unconditional pick from the Pats.
And the Pats, just so you think it's going to be A.J. Brown for the first-round pick next year?
Yep.
Okay.
And I think that's the only delay is the Patriots don't want to cough that pick up.
See, and for me, the Patriots seem to be negotiating against no one else. Everyone else, like you said, everyone else has fallen off. Everyone else has signed their guys, and I wonder why you'd give up a first-round pick if you don't have to. But I appreciate that, Carl. And so Myles Garrett's over there in Japan. He's not showing up to the stuff for the Browns?
He hasn't. He has June 9th is the mandatory camp, and that's what everybody's got an eye on. Does he show up for that?
Okay.
When do you think this gets done?
If the Eagles and that trade gets done, it'll be done in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
There's no reason for the Eagles to want to drag this out. They've already drafted their receiver, Lemon, so they've got AJ's replacement. So the Patriots do have one card to play is that, hey, look, you guys drafted that Marquise Lemon or whatever his name was, so we know you're moving him.
Sure.
Yep. All right, Carl, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay, talk to you later,
Good
boys.
stuff.
All right, Carl from Seal Cove. I'm sure that the Eagles do want a first-round pick.
Oh, yeah, of course they do. Of course they do. I don't want to see them give up. I don't want to see them give up the 27.
I also a highly incentivized, like if A.J. Brown does X, Y, and Z, I guess you can have me wrap my mind around being okay with that, but it's interesting. All right, quick commercial break coming your way. More on A.J. Brown Day as we return, but first, Dairy Queen in Old Town, DQ $7 chicken strip meal deal has it all. 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and a DQ sundae, all for just $7. And now you can get in the new honey sriracha dip, 613 Stillwater Avenue in Old Town. Okay, I got to run the math on what Carl just told us. We'll do that when we return. Morning Roast brought to you by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center, official sports grill of the roast, and the place to be in downtown Bangor at herosportsgrill.com. Brian Sullivan, Greg Hirsch, Marqus Cesar here on this Monday morning. Just scrolling through the internet here, just kind of trying to get some of the experts' takes on A.J. Brown, Willie Woney. Where will he go? Everybody is linking Brown to the Pats, has been for, since about the Super Bowl, right? Maybe even last trade deadline.
Yeah.
This has been talked about. So Carl just told us he thinks, and Carl probably wants to see his team get a quarterback. I understand that. So if you run the math on what Carl thinks is in the offing, I do think that there's some validity to where Carl's coming from there. Myles Garrett, probably the way that they restructured that deal is to move it, right? Like Carl just told us. And if you are a team that needs a quarterback, you want picks in next year's draft,
right? Because
there's a bunch of guys. It's gonna be reminiscent of, I think, the Drake May draft, where there's 4 or 5 guys where you can come away and think, okay, I'm pretty good with this. You're talking Arch Manning, you're talking the kid from Oregon, and the list goes on with guys that could be available. But those two guys, Dante Moore, the kid from Oregon, among
top of the list,
among others who could be available, and let's just say that Arch Manning comes out, because I think that's an interesting part of this too. If anybody cares,
it's a different world.
Well, also, what would tell you the Mannings all went to college all the way through,
right?
Like they didn't come out early,
right? Now they're getting paid.
I believe that. I mean, maybe did Eli come? Did he go all 4 years? But Peyton went all 4. Went all 4, and so it's just a different world. And you're making a ton of money. And I would think that being the quarterback at Texas is probably pretty fun.
Yeah.
So it's interesting there. But if you run it through, Carl's telling us that the Pats give up their number 1, and then the Eagles slap their number 1 and send it to the Browns, and so the Browns then have the artillery to trade up and get whatever pick for next year. So you have 3 first-round picks.
Sure. I could see that. But, I mean, once again, here we are talking Browns looking for their next quarterback. This is like Elizabeth Taylor looking for her next husband.
And what does also do the Browns need help in getting a high pick? Aren't you just kind of going to land there? No offense, Carl.
Yeah.
Aren't you just going to sort of be near at the top of the draft?
Especially with no Myles Garrett.
Right. So interesting to see how this is all going to play out. But it does sound like it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of a first-round pick.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be, and I think the Pats pull the trigger on it.
I've seen a second and a fourth.
Yep.
I've seen some pick swaps. Like, okay, we give you this, and then, in exchange, or the higher pick in a certain round goes to us or you.
Right.
But it does seem like it's going to be in the neighborhood of a first-round pick, and the only other parts of that I've seen pop through are that it's going to maybe lessen what the Patriots actually give up.
Right.
So we give you like a 2 seems to me like
completely fine,
fitting.
Yeah.
Right.
For this stage of his career with his knee history, yeah, That seems completely fine for A.J. Brown.
So if I'm Howie Roseman and you're the Pats and you tell me, okay, it's a 2, and I say, no, it's got to be a 1.
Well, it's got to be a 1. Well, it's got to be a conditional 1 then. It's got to be a conditional 1, honestly, based on availability. Like, that's the question mark. Like, I mean, in terms of yards produced, whatever, but you could throw something in, but at the same time, he's got to be available. I got to get something out of this for a 1.
So it's that, and you would think that with 4 months to do this, those conversations have taken place.
Happened. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This thing's done.
So it'll be. I want to see on the backside of this when it does come to be all said and done.
Yeah.
Whose information was right? Like who had the good intel? Because Schefter came out and said this like right after the Rossini thing,
Right.
like he kind of gave it some validity after the fact. It's like, okay, this is happening.
Yep.
You've had Fowler on it. Now you got Rappaport saying some stuff. So everybody's on it. We'll see after 4 p.m. today what, if anything, does become true. All right, this day in history coming your way right after this. 1968, Simon and Garfunkel single Mrs. Robinson from The Graduate hits #1 as the first rock song to win a Grammy for Record of the Year.
It's a banger. Rock song.
This is a rock song.
These categories are nuts.
Yeah.
All right.
1974, the Heimlich maneuver for rescuing choking victims is published in the Journal of Emergency Medicine.
I didn't realize it was that recent, to be honest with you. Crazy. Like, what did we just stare at people before?
73. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, you better work that out.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
If I could whack their back.
Lost another one.
Yeah, I know. My God.
Hot dog epidemic. Just,
Yeah.
What did you do beforehand?
I guess smack him on the back, I guess.
Just
Right?
start fishing.
Yeah, fishing it. Yeah.
Let's see. 1881, English jockey Fred Archer rides Iroquois and wins the Epsom Derby. Iroquois becomes the first American-owned and bred horse to win a European classic race. This day, 1881. 1917, Boston Braves first baseman Hank Gowdy, the first MLB player to enlist for service in World War I. Only player to fight in both World War I and World War II. Oof. That is information that'll win you Jeopardy one day.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hank Gowdy. That is good. Mark that down. 25, Lou Gehrig pinch hits for shortstop Pee Wee Waning in a 5-3 loss to Washington. First of a record 2,130 consecutive games. There
Pee Wee
you go.
never got it back.
He never did.
No.
82, Ricky Henderson steals 2 bases in a win over the Red Sox, become the fastest to reach 50 steals in an MLB season. I do miss the Ricky Henderson antics. We haven't really gotten a modern day Ricky Henderson.
No. Baseball could use it. It's
Someone who
entertaining.
speaks in the third person.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Let's see. Birthdays. Marilyn Monroe was born today, 1926.
Yep.
37, Morgan Freeman. 46, Brian Cox. Million things, and most recently, voice of the McDonald's ads.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
From Succession, he goes to Mickey D's ads.
Yeah.
Heidi Klum, born in 73. Alanis Morissette in 74. Couldn't escape Jagged Little Pill when it hit.
No, that
everywhere.
was, you wanted to escape it by the end.
96, Tom Holland was born. He of Spider-Man fame.
Yep.
Holidays today, it's Parents' Day. All right.
Shout out.
Olive Day. Yeah?
Yeah, Greek olives. The regular black and green, no thank you. But Greek olives are
I
good.
can do a green olive. Black, I'm not so fond of. It's Dare Day.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyone got any? Okay, think about it.
Yeah.
And
We'll
it is Dinosaur Day. So there you go.
T-Rex.
So, there you
always.
go. Celebrate accordingly. All right, 7 a.m. hour is next. Don't go away.